It's possible my mother could come home in the middle of this. I'm going to hope that she doesn't. Okay? So, hope she doesn't. If she does, I'll have to do it some other time. I slept 3:45 to 10:20. I had nightmares, but I at least slept. I told you my number one goal above anything else is to start going to bed early. I think it'll be the most beneficial thing I could possibly do. If I go to bed, that's what I need to do. Anyhow, this is the video right after Omar died. It has his, where his body. It's not the whole video though. And I'm not going to show that to you. I did that for me. It's maybe the first 10 minutes and then, so this is going to be a video part 1, but part 2 is actually going to be the same words, part of it, with me over there. I've decided to not show you this, but I can play it. I'm just not going to play it while you can't tell but that's not the point. He could just be sleeping. I pet him. I pet his dead body. But this is going to be the raw. This is going to be when my baby first died. I didn't want to watch it, and I wasn't going to show it to you, so I showed you subsequent videos. This is immediately after. Immediately after. Before I do this, I have this door open. I can, if I don't hear her coming in, and I could just, she won't know, you know what I mean? For all I know, I could be on the phone, but I haven't heard from Joe. It's the weirdest thing. I hope he's alright. He would never ignore me unless he's on vacation. He decided to just not go near his computer or his phone. He might have done that. He might just be, Anyway, I want to read to you quickly with Selena. In doggy heaven, he can see again, no pain. Omar the star. Listen to me. I'm so sorry. This is from Selena. Okay. Listen to me. I'm so sorry. You endured to the end. For the love you had and always will for him, he knew that. Everybody that knew you knew how much you loved Omar. Hopefully he went in his sleep. He didn't go into sleep, and you were there. He hung in there. Now that's what you need to try to do. You may want to go get wasted, but remember that is a depressant. I'm sure you're going to get him cremated. I know he was your everything, and you need to remember you were his everything, and that's what mattered. All the way up until his final day, you were there for him. He knows how much he was loved by you and your mom. Isn't that beautiful? That's so fucking beautiful. I haven't even heard from Joe. Again, Joe would never ignore this. It's very strange I haven't heard from Joe. But there's nothing I can do. I haven't heard from him. I don't know what's going on with him. If you can't reach him, you can't reach him. For all you know, something happened to him. That's life. It's very strange. I haven't heard from Joe. But he doesn't like this kind of stuff. He never got a home phone again in his new home. He's been in for a year. He just has the cell phone. He doesn't like cell phones. And maybe he's just excited to be on vacation and, he wasn't going to go do anything. But it's still a little concerning to me. Anyhow, till my mom gets home, we're going to play this video. I have not heard from Joe in email, text, or voicemail. I haven't checked voicemail, but I don't think I've heard from him. I hadn't heard him as of yesterday. And I let him know all this on Friday. I'm getting a little concerned about that. Like scared, actually. I told him in text. My Omar suddenly died in front of my mom and me. I told everyone that. I told him and I forwarded him this things that Selena sent, and she sent it an email and on the text because she did it through her phone, sent it via my email and via text. And then I also left him voicemails, and I haven't heard a word from him. Huh? What the fuck's going on with Joe? Do you realize if anything happened to my Joe, I'd have no way to know? Because I don't know anyone in his family. I'd have no way to know. He's not close to his family anyway. I'd have no way to know. I'd probably go mad. I bet I know where he lives, his address. I bet I don't even know if I could call the local police about that. I don't know. I haven't heard from Joe, and I tell him he knows that Omar was my world. He would not ignore me, so I'm a little scared. I'll update you about that. But in the meantime, this is when my Omar first died. I'm gonna play it on my computer loud, and I'll just quickly shut it off if I hear my mom come home. If I'm lucky, she won't come home. It's that simple. You know what I mean.
My Omar's dead. He wanted to go, obviously. He couldn't stand, not able to stand up. I had him in this soft thing briefly. I was just going to run to the mailbox.
I'm petting his dead body.
He couldn't stand up in this. I don't even know. He was crying 1 minute. Maybe his heart just stopped. He wanted to go.
I haven't heard from Joe.
And I was here, and I was here.
I didn't sleep in this, but I'm hot. We had to turn. I had to turn. It's too expensive.
He hated not being able to stand up.
This is immediately after.
He was only in here briefly. It's not like I woke up to him dead. He was actually alive. I had just fed him. I had just taken him out to pee. I stuck him in here briefly in this soft thing. And he just died. Happened. I know he wasn't choking on anything because I checked his jowls to make sure. I just fed him. There was no food in his jowls. It gets stuck. He wanted to go. I just ordered $100 something. $107 water. Fruit up naturally. He just couldn't accept it, that he couldn't stand. It happened in an instant. Maybe this bed's too soft, was too soft for him. Again, I was monitoring him. I was just having him in briefly because I know he slept so much last night, that he he slept so much that I knew he was gonna, even if he ate, even if he went to the bathroom, he was just gonna cry. Being unable to stand up, so he hurts himself, not being able to stand. He injures himself not being able to stand up. I couldn't. I didn't want him to be like on a rug or something. I just wanted him to be in this soft thing for now.
This is karma, guilt, second guessing. Did it kill him, putting him in that thing, It's pointless. It doesn't bring him back.
Blind and dementia, and the big thing was he couldn't stand.
In the end, it's just because he was too old. Desperately, anxiety, constantly trying to protect him. You know that. But I would have done it for years if he was, if it wasn't absolutely necessary for me to have him euthanized. And I know the CBD oil would have helped relax him, but I didn't even get a chance to do it. But I think there was something underlying that I was unaware of because there was no outside signs.
I wanted the decision out of my hands. I didn't want to have to put him to sleep. I got my wish.
I got 16 plus years with this my baby. Can't complain.
I'm in a good life anymore.
But I thought I was going to have him a little while longer. Gladly sacrificed everything for him. Gladly.
Maybe he thrashed around and broke his neck. Maybe he just wanted to. In a split second.
Heart attack.
Maybe he just had a heart
Brain
attack.
thing.
Stress from not being able to stand. He can't take it.
Of course, I'm still constantly worried about her.
There was no warning. I know he didn't smother. I didn't leave him alone. I didn't let the time. It was literally a minute.
He didn't smother.
I was saying, but Mom, he's crying. I want you to come in here and watch him. Because he's crying. I want to make sure these blankets don't, go over him or something. I know that they didn't.
No, they didn't. He wasn't over any blankets when I found him dead. Again, in a minute. I didn't know he was dead.
I know that they didn't go over him. There was no time for them to. It was like his heart must have just stopped. I literally had my mom come in here. Omar's crying, you gotta watch him, and then, I don't know, or he twisted something and died instantly, or I think he had a heart attack. Stress from not being able to stand up, he couldn't take it.
Who knows? Never gonna know.
I don't even know who I am without my Omar.
That's the truth. It's the truth. The best of me and that dog, the best of me.
It's bad from Chewy. He's really, really soft. So, I didn't leave him alone in it, because I knew he can't stand up in it, so he has to not struggle to stand up. That's the thing. And he had no reason to struggle. I'd just taken him out to go to the bathroom. He'd just eaten. He could have just gone to sleep, but he's not tired.
Oh my God, I'm just gonna kill myself wondering, and I'm not gonna know, so it's like, because even though my mom and I were in here, when he's crying one minute, dead the next, we didn't actually look at him and see it,
I was just telling a neighbor, had to put her baby to sleep. Had to put her baby to sleep. At 14 and a half, who she'd had since 8 weeks, like I had Omar since he was 7. And she had to put him
Head in the
to
dead
sleep.
body a lot. I hope I washed my
He
hands. I'm
couldn't
sure I
walk
did.
very well or whatever. And he couldn't, she said, she struggled and he started losing, he started losing control of his bowels. And she said that happened and he messed in the house, or she, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I had to do it. She's like, look at me, I'm done. It's time for me to go.
That's what her little dog did. I didn't have to go through that with Omar. He's here one
Omar
dead
injured himself trying to stand, injuring his nipple, injuring his legs.
Maybe it was an underlying infection. But he had no warning, no indication. He wasn't acting sick at all. At all.
I was telling the neighbor, my baby just could not accept
Still eating with gusto. As you saw, because I would film it all the time. I filmed it recently before he ends up dead.
Died this quickly, I don't know, I think. Because it twisted something in there and died. Trying to stand again, struggling to stand.
His very last moment before he died, I didn't film it.
Soft,
I was out in the living room with my mom.
And then,
she was on hold with somebody she had to have me talk to, give him permission, so I was out there waiting, feeding Omar, killing two birds with one stone, watching The Voice on demand. Otherwise, I would have been in here filming the last time before Omar would, unbeknownst to me, be dead. But my mom got to watch him. That's the thing. She got to watch him.
I know this was too soft. I can't predict everything. The fact is, he wanted to go.
She might come home. I hope she...
He's been in this thing before, even I've left him alone, and I've fallen asleep with him in it, and he didn't die. You know, he must have just struggled too much trying to stand up, and it was too soft. I don't know. I know he didn't smother, I know that. He just wanted to go this time.
This whole first half, I'm showing him dead, petting him. The next part, I'm over there, and I'm going to trim it. So this will be part 1. My mom got to at least see him eating and happy.
In this soft thing, but again, I know that. I thought I was having my mom come in. Like, I'm going to the mailbox. You come in and watch Omar, make sure, you know, he doesn't tip upside down, he doesn't smother in blankets. Then you have to put this all around here because it's an inch on this side. He's an inch on this side here, and he could fall in here. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it.
Heart attack stress. Heart attack, old heart attack, underlying condition that was in it. I wouldn't let him go, so he went anyway. I'm gonna let this play till she comes home. If I'm lucky, you know, sometimes they stay after church, especially if maybe someone wants to talk to her, how she's feeling about, you know, if she told anyone. She probably did. I mean, I texted people, so. This, I'm gonna see if I can reach Joe. Find out why he hasn't gotten. I haven't heard a peep from him when I tell him my Omar died. He wouldn't ignore that. So I'm terrified over with him. What might be going on with him? In fact, if he's okay, I'm gonna tell him, you know what, Joe? We both need ways to reach someone else in case something happens to either of us or something, you know, because he'll say, you know, if I don't hear from you, I'm gonna assume something's wrong with you and your mom. Well, if I don't hear from you, I'm gonna feel that way, Joe, but I don't, we need a way. Now I'm sitting over there, where you've seen me before, next to my computer. On the floor. This, I'm going to trim it.
It was becoming so much to care for him. I'd been deliberating. I would have him to sleep. I knew that as the $100 Joe's gonna pay. Lend me the money. I was just telling the woman last night. I knew it was very time.
I gotta talk to her why she immediately got a new pug. I found out about her one just died, and that doesn't even give you a chance to grieve unless she got it before. I don't.
Vibrant dog. And to know he just couldn't accept. He could accept being blind. He overcame being blind. But he didn't want to not be able to stand. He just couldn't take it. It's just the fact of it, even though we knew he's not going anywhere. That bed was the softest thing. He doesn't need to stand. If he can't stand, he should just relax and go to sleep. But he didn't want to. I just had him out. I just had him.
So Grandma got to see him. She got to see him eat that one last time, watching him all happy. Grand dog. Oh, it's hot. I don't even want to be out in the living room. It smells weird. I think getting the money that I would have to be investing in Omar for the, all the supplements and the CBD oil and the vet visits. I would invest in getting these carpets cleaned. Like I've done periodically, we've done. This that you're hearing now is going to be a part 2 where you see me. And again, this is right after my baby died. I've been giving you all videos since then because I had to watch this one and I didn't want to. I want to talk to her. I've never met her before. She probably, I don't know, she's pretty new to me. So this video within a video will be part 1, and then this will be part 2. I'm still playing this till this ends, which is going to end in a couple of minutes. And part 2 will be a trimmed video.